Hello, viewers, ladies and gentlemen. I am once again with you with another episode of Win Life Like a Warrior. And as I have been telling that winning life like a warrior doesn't mean that every time you have to go to the battlefield and fight. What I mean to say is that winning life like a warrior is that you should fight the demons within you, the demons of regressive attitude, fear of failure, ignorance, and your attitude of losing and suffering of many kind which you have been going through. So that is the basically the winning life like a warrior is. Now I have a small framework which I thought let me share with you is the 7-step framework which I call it a warrior. That means that W is a winning mindset. One should have a mindset of a winner. And then A is you should have attitude of gratitude. And the next R of the warrior is that you should remove clutter from your life. That clutter of physical clutter could be your mental clutter, psychological clutter, or your digital clutter, which is the biggest problem right now. The next R is that after having done this W, winning mindset or attitude, and then the reinventing, then you are finally reinvented yourself. And the I is that you should be a person who is inspiring others or influencing others. And then comes the O, which means that you must overcome your procrastination in life if you want to proceed ahead or go ahead. And finally, the last letter R is that you must invest the time rather than spending the time, which I call it a ROTI, that is return on time invested. So gentlemen, if you follow these 7 steps, you will definitely become a warrior of your life. And in that series today with me, my guest speaker today is a warrior in true sense. He is an army officer. He is a war veteran. He is a wounded war veteran. He is a Gallantry Award winner. Right now, after having retired from the army, he is an actor. He is a storyteller, great storyteller. He is a writer. He is a speaker and whatnot. We will speak to him only. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me today, Colonel Manoj Kumar Sinha, Sena Medal. So, Colonel Sinha, welcome to the show, Win Life Like a Warrior.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I'm really honored and privileged. And what a way to start this conversation. I've already started with the great advantage of having heard those pearls of wisdom from you. So, and I hope it's a great lesson to take from you, sir.
Yes. So, Manoj, I would like to start with that your early life. You see that you have joined the Indian Air Force.
Yes, sir.
Airman in the start with, and I believe your dad was also in the Air Force.
Yes, sir.
And very early you started your career. So yes. I would like to know, the other viewers would like to know that how it happened. Was it because of that you got inspired from your father and then you joined the Indian Air Force? How it happened and what was your early life incident?
Sir, before I begin, sir, let me tell you, sir, people call me, know me for my success or otherwise, and all those good words that people use, like you've used for me. But I personally, if I look at myself, I've always, I've been dealing with failures all across my life. After I deal with it the way I deal with it, and whatever is the outcome is for others to judge. But I know that I'm going to deal with failures. So beginning of my life, why I'm telling so is that the answer to that question comes from this. That actually speaking, as a child, I was a very good student, but till 8th, something 7th, 8th and all, I was a very bright student. But then when you get into adolescence and all those things that happen, and you at times you're not able to handle that, and then my graph started dipping very, very badly, and I did very badly in class 11th, in class 12th, and that's what the credit that I gave to my father. Is that I can rarely see a father like him, anywhere across, who knew what he wanted and what is right, what is more important. More than me, it was my father, my parents, and my entire family. My mother, my sisters, who had dreamed for me, ye banega, wo banega, like every family does. Officer banega, pilot banega, doctor banega, engineer banega, and all those things that they had. And I knew for sure that it was they were more having the dream that they had. They were more clear in that dream. They wanted me to succeed more than I wanted to succeed. So it was their dream. I knew it was my father's dream that he had kept seeing throughout my life. I'm the only son he had. But when he saw me wavering from my path, then he was very clear that those dreams of career can take a backseat. He knew the kind of company I was in at that place, wherever he was posted. He knew everything, and whatever I was doing, he knew that I wasn't going right. And that's why he told me, son, I think you'll have to leave this place. Otherwise, you aren't going the right way. It wasn't a very harsh or angered decision that, you haven't got good marks. That's why I'm telling you to do like this. No. Yeah. He was bothered about me as a character. And he told me, really, no, for all I care, you could become anything. You can become a peon. That's okay. But I want you to be a good man first, a good human being first. And that's more important. And the way you are going, I see you not going the right way. So we must work and move you out of this place. Whatever it means, so be it. And in those times of whatever, like what can an airman do? He knows if uska form bhar diya. He took me, made me enter that exam. I qualified, and that's what it is. And he was so right. For a moment, I'll tell you, sir, for all those, especially the youth who are listening today, at times parents kuch kehte hain to lagta hai ki why are they being harsh? Why are they being rude? And like, why are they telling me like this? And I also went through that feeling at that time. At times I felt ki, yaar, papa chance to de dete thoda sa, like, I may, but he told me, nahi beta, I've seen it. Wherever you are, jo hai sangati teri nahi, you're not going anywhere. In this, I know, I've seen life, and this is what it is. And he was so right. I'll tell you, sir, the moment I landed in my training center in Air Force ka training center, do gaaliyan padi, do jute pade, and my host was right. Mera sara bhoot utar gaya.
I agree with you, Manoj, that what you have brought out. And see, the parents are always right because they have seen the life, and they will never want their children or their son or daughter to go astray and suffer in the life. So I think 99% when you follow them, you will always be doing right. And another thing which you have mentioned about that failure, let me tell you, Manoj, including me, no one on this earth achieved anything without failing. Sure. I can tell you, I never got anything in the first attempt.
Yes.
Never ever got it in the first attempt.
Same here.
Okay. Always, it may be the second or third attempt, whether I did my MTech, whether I got selected anywhere. Means one has to struggle, and that is the life. Let me tell you, failure is not a failure. It is basically a first attempt in learning. So you learn and proceed forward. You learn and proceed forward. Yes. It's basically what I must say is that discovering yourself that how to go move ahead. Yes. So I think you took it in the right spirit, and that's why you are here where you are now.
Yes.
Now the thing comes when you join Air Force, one side you join as an Air Force airman. So there will be a lot of responsibility. Nobody will leave you because you are being paid for that, and you are joining the services.
Exactly.
Other side, you realize that you have to move forward. You have to realize the dreams of your parents.
Yes.
And I know that thought was there in your mind.
Yes.
So you worked very hard. You firstly upgraded your education, did the graduation. Then you appeared for the CDS, and which you got through. Now the point remains for the viewers who are watching you right now, how difficult or how did you manage that balance between your service responsibility and your personal responsibility to move forward?
Sir, to be very honest, again, I've been very blessed to get all kind of good and bad people in my life. And bad people have a very important role, let me tell you. Yeah. Although, especially the young guys, I'm telling you, there will always be someone who will come and hurt you very badly.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, they are very players. So in Air Force, I had one such person who was. When it became kind of slightly unbearable, I told him, sir, I'll move in front of you. My commission lege dikhaunga aapko. सो वो एक था, एंड आई एम ग्रेटफुल टू हिम। आज मेरे मन में कोई मलाल नहीं है, कोई वो नहीं। आज वो मिल जाए तो मैं उनके चरण छूऊंगा कि आपने मेरे लिए लाइफ डिफिकल्ट नहीं की होती तो शायद ये रेजोल्यूशन नहीं आता। बट एट द सेम टाइम गुड पीपल आल्सो, अपार्ट फ्रॉम माय फादर, टू ड्यू क्रेडिट टू एवरीवन, आई हैड an officer, he's if he's listening, Group Captain Nigam, at that time he was Colonel. He saw it in me more than me. He had faith in me, and he used to keep telling me, Manoj, you're not cut out for this job.
Yeah.
So he, and those days no internet, nothing. Obviously, as an airman, you don't get even newspaper वगैरह. So office का एक newspaper आता था, वो पढ़ते थे, और उसमें जो भी आता था, ये काट के, ये कर, ये भर, ये भर. And in the hindsight, I knew that my father's dream, I have not been able to, I have let him down. तो वो भी एक इच्छा पूरी करने की थी. मैं ये शब्द इसलिए बता रहा हूँ आज के युवाओं के लिए, especially, because too much of thing today, or the people, the youth today thinks that, my dreams, my passion, my life, दूसरों के लिए भी जियो ना, तो it becomes very easy. That becomes far more inspirational. Because आपके अपने ड्रीम होगा ना, सिर्फ अपने लिए अगर आप करोगे, तो it is easy to let it down.
Yes.
मेरा ही है ना, किसको क्या फर्क पड़ता है? I am deciding not to do now.
Yeah.
बट जब आप सोचते हो, नहीं यार, मेरे फादर, यार, दैट ऑफिसर हु इज टेलिंग मी सुबह शाम, दैट टाइम्स कॉलोनल एंड निगम, कि नहीं यार, नॉट कट आउट फॉर दिस जॉब, यार, यू आर मेड फॉर सम हायर थिंग. मैंने कहा, यार, हाउ कैन आई लेट दीस गाइज डाउन?
Yes.
Right.
It's very important.
So it's very important. आजकल everybody says my dream, my passion, my life, my goal. Please, ladies and gentlemen, especially young boys and girls, at times it's very scary to me when I see young guys speaking like this. I keep saying that, you cannot be living for whatever ये जो काया है ना, boundaries of your body, इसी के भीतर के लिए सिर्फ जियोगे तो I don't know whether it is life or what. You have to have a reason to live beyond this.
Yes.
It could be a man, it could be a human being, it could be a cause, it could be कुछ भी ले लो यार, देश ले लो, अगर ठीक है देश बड़ी बात है, कोई छोटा ले लो, एक इंसान ले लो यार. All of you will find a spouse. So when you are looking for a spouse, I see, I'm slightly digressing, but look at that. एक ही चीज देखो कि is this man or woman, worth living for the rest of my life? मैं इसी के लिए क्या जी सकता हूँ, जी सकती हूँ, खत्म. अपने लिए सिर्फ जियोगे तो मतलब क्या यार, मतलब that's no way of looking at life. नहीं तो कोई cause ले लो, environment ले लो. And I keep reading. I'm not complaining. I keep getting inspired by so many examples. I saw the other day, there's a lady who goes into brothels and rescues girls who have been trapped and somehow, and she's dedicating her life to that. मतलब कुछ तो ले लो cause, बड़ा cause ना सही तो एक इंसान ले लो.
बिल्कुल. नहीं. What Manoj, you said that the 2-3 things which comes out from your commitment, I must say this, the commitment which you had during your service as a airman. Firstly, you brought out a point that there were not many resources because what situation you were working there, you didn't have even access to the newspaper, but there were people to help you out. So, you don't have to be having a lot many resources to being successful. Rather, you have to be resourceful. Whatever is available within those resources, how you can be resourceful to achieve the thing which you want to do, that is what you did it. Number one. Yes. Number 2 things which you have brought out for the viewers, you must understand that how he can let down the people who have a faith in him, whether it was his father, or it was the group captain, his senior, or whosoever around him. His killing instinct was that how can I let down others? And the third thing which you mentioned, that live for others as well, not only for you. Youth will happen always. So long as you are living for others means, success is what you get. Yes. But the significance in life is that what you can give to the others. Yes. Impacting the life, and that is what you have a thought, and that is what you are still following it, and that is what you achieved it. Wonderful.
I'll give you an example, sir. I'll give you for the youngsters, like at times, I'm not blaming the entire youngsters lot. I have seen wonderful people. There are younger people, I get inspired from the youth also. Yes. But एक आधा जो दिख जाते हैं, मैं उनकी बात कर रहा हूँ. In our days, whenever people used to come out of their houses, villages and all, या नौकरी कर रहा है या कुछ कर रहा है, almost everybody, आप किसी से पूछ लो, जब वो पहला जॉब कर रहा है, ये जॉब करने जा रहा है, सपना देख रहा है, तो वो उससे पूछो कि क्या करेगा भाई जब नौकरी लग जाएगी, तनख्वाह आएगा, तो यू पहले आज की बात करता हूँ। आज वाले किसी से पूछो, बोला यार जैसी जॉब लगी, एक बाइक लूंगा, एक ये करूंगा, एक फलाना करूंगा, एक ट्रिप पे जाऊंगा, और एक मैं माउंटेनियरिंग करूंगा, मतलब वट एवर हिज ड्रीम्स आर, दैट इज व्हाट एवरीबडी सेज। सो यू नो, एक फलाना नया चीज लेनी है, एक ये करना है, वो करना है, वो लिस्ट गिनाता है आज का युवा। नॉट ऑल ऑफ देम, सम ऑफ देम। पुराने जमाने में पूछो किसी से नौकरी लगी क्या करेगा, बोला सबसे पहले तो पिताजी का मोतियाबिंद का ऑपरेशन करवाऊंगा, मेरे घर की छत जो है ना वो लीक हो रही है, पानी टपकता, वो रिपेयर करवाऊंगा,
वेरी राइट,
मेरी बहन की शादी करवाऊंगा,
वेरी राइट।
माँ का मेरे वो थोड़ी बीमारी है पाँव का, उसको मैं किसी गठिया का है, मैं उसको बड़े डॉक्टर से दिखवाऊंगा। दैट वाज द ड्रीम दैट पीपल देन हैड व्हेन दे वर। आज ड्रीम है मैं, दिस इज द डिफरेंस। प्लीज ऑल द यंग गाइज, नो देयर इज नो पॉइंट। अपने लिए कैसे जी सकते, मतलब आई डोंट नो हाउ कैन यू लिव फॉर योरसेल्फ, यू नो।
So, Manoj, to move forward,
Yeah.
I believe then you got commissioned and you joined in the ASC. So, how was the first experience when you joined the unit, and how the thing happened to reach finally in the RR?
सर एज आई टोल्ड यू, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, में से ये कभी बार सवाल पूछते हैं लोग कि यू नो आप में देश का जज्बा था और आप ज्वाइन आर्मी में, एंड आई टेल देम वेरी ऑनेस्टली, नहीं कोई, टू स्टार्ट विद ऐसा कोई जज्बा नहीं था। मुझे बस अपग्रेड करना था अपना कैरियर, और मेरे को अपग्रेड करना था, एंड मैं आई वाज अप्लाइंग ऑल अक्रॉस, राइट। इनफैक्ट एसएसबी में पूछा मुझे उन्होंने कि मतलब व्हाई हैव यू चोजन, मैंने कहा सर मैंने 10 जगह अप्लाई किया हुआ है, दिस इज वन ऑफ देम। यहाँ हो जाए ठीक है, बैंक पीओ भी अप्लाई किया हुआ है, सेंट्रल पुलिस फोर्सेस में भी अप्लाई किया है, पता नहीं कहाँ हो जाएगा। सो आई जस्ट वांटेड एन अपडेट, एंड दैट इज द बॉय, दैट इज द मैन हु जॉइंड द आर्मी।
And I am sure they must have loved this answer because you have been the honest and the transparent.
Whatever sir, हाँ ठीक है शायद। So मैं गया तो then my father was a logistician, मैंने कहा ठीक है वो अफसर बन गया, that's what it is. So and I logistics was my father's, तो थोड़ा खून में भी था, तो I opted for Army Service Corps, and I was very, but again you know because I told you I didn't have that any kind of big dreams and ambitions, but I think मैंने कहा कि अफसर बनना था, तारे लग गए, that's it. And but then as it happens in the army, everybody is sent on attachment first.
Yeah, yeah.
So my attachment was on a line of control. And you know, before I tell again, I'll slightly background to the mind that I had when I joined, for three things. The three things that I had in my mind. Firstly, I was a very peace-loving man. You know, before this, throughout my life, very peace. I'm still a very peace-loving man. You know, मेरे को आप 10 बार धक्का दो दोगे रोड पे तो मैं 10 बार रास्ता ही बदल लूंगा, rather than getting into a confrontation with you, with the hope that कि शायद इससे लड़ाई ना हो। जब ऐसे समझ में आ जाए कि नहीं यार ये तो मानेगा ही नहीं, then just a different issue. Yeah. But otherwise, I'm okay with changing my route 10 times, right? And second is that my faith was very very flexible and things like that. You know, जहाँ posting हुई, जो मंदिर देखा, वो मैंने कहा यही है। जैसे बोलते हैं ना, यहाँ पर ये कलेक्टर साहब है, यहाँ ये सीओ साहब है, तो हमें लगा यहाँ पर दुर्गा जी की मूर्ति है, तो यहाँ पर दुर्गा माता ही मालिक है। तो उसके बाद से क्या है, हर प्रार्थना में दुर्गा माँ का नाम निकल रहा है। कहीं पोस्टिंग है वहां हनुमान जी का मंदिर बड़ा वाला है, तो बोले यहाँ हनुमान जी का इंचार्ज है, तो इनका नाम ले लेते हैं भाई। तो वेरी काइंड ऑफ फ्लेक्सिबल, यू नो। और आरती की छोटी सी पुस्तिका जो थी वो भी मुझे याद नहीं होती थी, तो मेरा शास्त्रों का ज्ञान उतना ही था, राइट। एंड थर्ड वाज दैट आई फाउंड दिस कंट्री वेरी वेरी ब्यूटीफुल, एंड यू नो आई न्यू, ज्योग्राफी पढ़ी थी, देयर इज अ बाउंड्री टू द कंट्री, आई न्यू दैट। बट परसेप्शन में मेरे यू नो फादर के साथ ट्रेन में चलते थे बेंगलोर से लेके बिहार तक, तो ट्रेन चलता रहता था, जमीन, खेत, नहर, नदी, छोटे छोटे शहर, गांव, एंड मैंने कहा यार ये कितना बढ़िया देश है, खत्म ही नहीं होता यार, एंडलेस है परसेप्शन में। वो ज्योग्राफी में पता था बाउंड्री है, बट मैंने बाउंड्री देखी नहीं, एंडलेस है। विद दीज थ्री थिंग्स आई वॉक्ड इनटू द आर्मी एंड माय अटैचमेंट, एंड when I worked for the first time when I was walking towards that कंपनी मिली, कंपनी में जवानों के साथ जा रहा था मैं, तो मेरे जवान ने पीठ पे मेरे टैप किया, बोला साहब रुक जाओ बस यहीं। मैंने क्या हो गया? बोला सर यहाँ अपना इलाका खत्म है। वो ध्यान से देखो, वो सामने वो पाकिस्तान का पोस्ट बंकर दिख रहा है, अब इससे ज्यादा आ जाएंगे तो वो गोली मारेगा। तो माय परसेप्शन दैट माय कंट्री इज एंडलेस, वहां क्वेश्चन हो गया। और वहां से मैंने पलट के जब वापस अपने देश की तरफ देखा तो मुझे देश समझ में आने लग गया। और उसके बाद फिर वो दूसरा हुआ कि एज ए मिलिट्री ड्यूटी यू सपोज टू अंडरस्टैंड योर एनिमी, so you were given all kind of material literature which has been captured by them, all those intercepts जो थे, बोला सुन ले भाई तेरे को समझ में आ जाए कैसे है, what are we dealing with. So मैंने कहा यार ये तो and you know by way that time, आज तो today things are better. Pakistan is almost given up, मतलब almost they know that it's, but that time they were very gung ho, they were very confident कि तोड़ देंगे. You know, it was very scary सुन के उनकी बातें और आवाज की, they're so confident कि तोड़ देंगे भाई भारत को.
And which year it was?
93 sir.
93. Yeah, 93 was the height of insurgency, height of militancy. Yes, yes. I in fact, 91 to 92, I was in the J&K only. I was in Soran Court, and they were the highest level of militancy.
बिल्कुल.
Yeah, yeah. From
So
there, from there, I moved for my post graduation to IIT Kharagpur.
Wonderful.
So I means just a 1 year. Otherwise, so I know that after that, very many incidents happen on that detachment where I was posted.
Yes.
Yeah.
तो माई थिंग मैं कंट्री को मैं ग्रांटेड जो ले रहा था ना, बहुत खूबसूरत है कंट्री, क्या है, बढ़िया है, क्या करना है देश में, मतलब देश, तो वो मुझे वहां पर जब खतरा, जब राष्ट्र पे प्रश्न चिन्ह लगा, तो मुझे देश समझ में आने लगा. और फिर there's another video of mine on YouTube in which you can see that I'm talking to a terrorist about trying to convince him that we can live in peace. तो जब मैं वो ट्राई करता था तो मेरे कलीग्स हंसते थे, बोले ये क्या कर रहा है, ये शांति से रहेंगे. मैंने कहा एक बार ट्राई तो कर लेता हूँ यार. मेरे ये तीनों परसेप्शन वहां पर मेरे बदल गए सर. अबाउट फेथ, अबाउट द नेशन बीइंग, कि नेशन में चिंता करने की क्या जरूरत है, ग्रांटेड था. एंड दैट व्हाई वुड एनीबॉडी नॉट लाइक टू लिव इन पीस. हर सबको कन्विंस कर सकते हैं हम. मैं नहीं कर सकता हूं. इवन इफ आई इन माय लाइफ आल्सो, इफ आई कुड नॉट प्रिवेल अपॉन समवन कि यार मत लड़, आई ऑलवेज फेल्ट दैट इट इज माय फेलियर. मेरे से ज्यादा कोई परिष्कृत व्यक्ति होगा तो वो समझा देगा. मैं नहीं समझा पाया. उससे होता कोई बड़ा सिद्ध ऋषि मुनि होता तो इसको समझा देता. वहां पर कश्मीर में मुझे पहली बार समझ में आया कि इसको दुनिया में कोई नहीं समझा सकता. साक्षात बुद्ध भगवान आ जाए, नहीं समझा सकते इसको. तो ये मेरा वहां पर था. दैट इज व्हाट माय इंट्रोडक्शन टू आर्मी, एंड दैट व्हाट स्टार्टेड इफेक्टिंग.
दैट इज fabulous. In fact, you had 3 thoughts and how those thoughts got changed with the situations. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Manoj, I believe when you were in this Rashtriya Rifle, which one of the fierce troops of our nation, of our Indian Army, that is where you fought with the militants.
Yes, sir.
The terrorists, and you killed 6 of them. You awarded Gallantry Award, Sena Medal. Also, you were given that gunshot which tear through your jaw, neck, and face, and that was a horrible situation. But at the end of it, it was a miracle that you being alive.
Yes.
And so we would like to know, or the viewers would like to know, that episode and that situation, how it happened. We start with.
So first of all, I'm very grateful to, again, as I told you, every walk in my life, every situation, there was someone, God-sent man, who was a catalyst for me to achieve what I did. And I had a fantastic commanding officer, Sir Colonel Akhil Shah. I'll take his name today.
Okay.
Why? Because I came from Army Service Corps, and the kind of trust that he imposed in me, even there were voices, and rightly so, in my battalion, from officers next to him, sir, dekh lo, he is from Army Service Corps, you are sending, and he was sending me to the toughest, simply because वहां का company commander कहीं जा रहा था. तो बोला तू वहां चले जा. बोले अरे भेजना भी तो वहां क्यों भेज रहे. बोला अरे यार क्यों इधर उधर करना है यार, वही खाली वहीं जाने दो. बोला सर ये तो देख लो. He told no, ठीक है, he'll get it done. Don't worry. And sir, I'm telling you the kind of trust he had. I was amazed because when I had my first contact, of an encounter, bullets started flying around, and I moved a few steps behind and contacted my CO, trying to tell him कि sir हो गया है, and this is the situation.
Which is that area, Manoj? Which was that area?
Sir, Manasbal, sir.
Okay.
Sir. So when I told him कि sir हो गया है, I was sincerely expecting a whole lot of advisories from him. नया नया बालक है, ये फंस गया है, और ये करना वो करना नहीं करना. In his place I would have done it, sir. But sir, all he told, he heard everything. I had to say, bola, don't worry, let me know what you want, and do your best. I have trust in you, and I want you and the boys back safely. That's about it. मैंने कहा यार इतना ट्रस्ट कैसे कर सकता कोई,
He
कुछ
knew
तो
it.
बताओगे, कुछ तो एमएल धनाधन मेरे को करोगे, ये मत करना वो मत करना कुछ मत करना, ये किया कि नहीं किया तूने, वो किया कि नहीं किया. आई वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग अ होल लॉट ऑफ इट एंड ही डिडंट स्पीक एनीथिंग. मैंने कहा यार इतना ट्रस्ट तो मतलब, सो तो व्हाटएवर आई डिड इन आरआर, आई मोस्ट ऑफ इट आई owe it to that man Colonel Akhil Shah. He had that trust and again as I told you, when somebody trusts then again वो load आ जाता है ना, how can you let him down?
Yes, how can you let him? Yes, that is the beauty. That is the beauty of the trust. That is the beauty of the trust.
तो वो है sir, and it had a very nice thing when I got injured, sir. I don't consider it a tragedy. It's one of the best things that happened to me because जिंदगी में जो कुछ भी आज कर रहा हूँ वो थोड़े से पलों में ही मैं बहुत कुछ समझ गया.
Yes.
उस समय में and life and उसके बारे में. So when I got injured, sir, I knew मैं जमीन पे गिरा हुआ था. जमीन पे गिर गया था and I knew कि it's over. I had accepted it. I had accepted that it is over.
I come to that, Manoj, because this is a separate query I have about this.
Right, sir.
So basically that you have contacted those people and you killed them, and in the bargain you also got shot and brutally you got shot, and finally you survived. So that is the miracle of life. Viewers, I would tell you that despite such a serious injuries, he survived, and what he called it is a miracle. And with this related is, Manoj, I would like to say that you thereafter overcome that fear of death. Okay. And right now, the people around us, basically our professionals and working mid-careers and all that, they have so many fears in life. They have a fear of failure. They have a fear of judgment. They fear of missing out, which are nothing, okay, which incident, nothing. There is nothing in front of the fear of death, which is the ultimate fear. So what would you like to say those guys that they are the victim of the fears? Because basically, majority of the people, they don't succeed because of the fear, not because of the failure, because of the fear, because they don't take action. Just because of the fear, they don't take action. And here you are, gentlemen, ladies, and here the one who is sitting in front of you, who defeated the death and he overcome all fears of life. Yeah, Manoj.
Sir, regarding fear, sir, I'll tell you, I think fear is when you have an unrealistic perception about life, that is when you have fear, right? If you are as close to the reality and the truth, I think there's nothing to fear.
Yes.
So moment there is a fear, that means you have an something unrealistic perception about life. You think ऐसा होगा, और वैसा जब होने की संभावना नहीं दिखती है, तो you start, fearing. If I feel that, you start. So there's one big unrealistic perception. I do not know why everybody has. हजारों लाखों साल से एक चीज हो रही है, उसके बावजूद मेरे लिए सबसे बड़ा आश्चर्य है कि ये क्यों भ्रांति पाल लिया है, किसी ने भ्रम ये क्यों पाला हुआ है कि मरेगा नहीं. कौन बचा है आज तक?
Yes.
तो इससे बड़ा तो कोई सत्य है नहीं. मैं तो कहता हूं इससे बड़ा, if you have to single out one truth, there are so many truths. If you keep progressing in the path of spirituality, then you will come across so many truths. But चलो ज्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगाना, अध्यात्म के मार्ग पर नहीं बढ़ना है, सिर्फ कॉमन सेंसिकल लॉजिक से भी अगर आप देखोगे तो इससे बड़ा सत्य तो कोई है ही नहीं. What is it that anybody in this world can be sure of? Most sure, as I can say, never know. मतलब there could be a disbalance in the cosmos, and tomorrow there could be no sunrise.
Yes.
So even sunrise is not guaranteed.
Yes.
There is one thing that is guaranteed, that is death.
Yes. Yes.
ये होना ही होना है.
Then why to fear?
तो फिर डर किस बात का है? So if it is the truth, and when we were in school and nursery में लिखा रहता था truth is love, छोटा लिखा रहता था उधर नर्सरी किंडरगार्टन में ना, वो the truth is love, and this is the absolute truth. Then why don't you must fall in love with death?
Yes.
You must love death.
Yes.
It ought to be loved, and once you start loving death, I am telling you, इससे बड़ा कोई दोस्त नहीं है, इससे बड़ा कोई मित्र नहीं है, इससे बड़ा कोई गुरु नहीं.
So once you can be friendly with the death,
Yes.
then why not the friendly with the fear of failure or
Yes,
judgment
exactly.
or missing out? These are the minor things in front of
Yes,
that.
yes. Death is my friend, and it's always walking with me. I know that it is next to me. Oh, it next to me. And अभी उसके बाद जब भी कोई बड़ी प्रॉब्लम आती है, बीमार भी हुआ था मैं कुछ महीने पहले, तो बड़ा पेन था मेरे को, तो मैं मृत्यु मेरे बगल में खड़ी, बोला चिंता नहीं, कोई नहीं बचाएगा, तो मैं इससे रेस्क्यू कर ही लूंगा तेरे को। कोई इस पीड़ा से तुझे, इस पीड़ा को कोई और समाप्त करे ना करे, मेरे में सामर्थ्य है, मैं खत्म कर दूंगा इस पीड़ा को, डोंट वरी, जब तक तू झेल सकता है झेल ले, otherwise I can rescue you from every pain that you face in life, yaar. I've got that power. He is there to rescue you, yaar. He is always a great friend who keeps assuring me, don't worry, नहीं झेला जाएगा, तो I'll rescue you from this. और प्रॉब्लम
तो वो जो हिंदी गाना है ना, मौत फिर भी बेवफा है जो साथ लेके जाएगी,
हाँ,
बेवफा है जो साथ लेके जाएगी,
मौत साथ लेके जाएगी, वंडरफुल। तो उसमें कोई वो नहीं है। एंड एक थोड़ा सा मैं बदलूं, क्वेश्चन करूंगा सर, आई डोंट थिंक वन कैन डिफीट डेथ, इट वाज जस्ट दैट मैग्नानिमस था, मृत्यु थी, उसका दिल बड़ा था, यमराज ने सोचा बालक ठीक है यार, जाले जी ले, थोड़ा और जी ले, अदरवाइज तो मृत्यु के सामने किसी की क्या औकात है। तो हाँ, इट जस्ट गिव मी दैट कि ओके, गो अहेड एंड लिव। बट लेडीज, इससे एक और मैं बात बता रहा हूँ, आई डू नॉट नो हाउ टू एक्सप्लेन दैट फीलिंग, बिकॉज लैंग्वेज में जिस भी भाषा में शब्दों का जो रचना हुई है, लैंग्वेज की रचना हुई है, it has all been based on a situation or experience of a situation which mankind felt कि इसको डिस्क्राइब करने के लिए ये शब्द बनाया जाए। बट मृत्यु के समय जो अनुभव होती है वो डिस्क्राइब करने के लिए किसी ने शब्द बताया नहीं, क्योंकि वो आके कोई बताता नहीं। सो आई डोंट नो हाउ टू टेल दैट, दैट्स अ टोटली डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस दैट आई हैड, एंड आई लिव्ड माय डेथ, and it was a really wonderful journey. I still like,
I am coming to that now. I am coming to that discussion only because that is the most wonderful discussion which I have. So let me first tell the viewers what you talked about, the fear. Basically what he said, that fear is only when you have an unrealistic perception or unrealistic expectation. But let me tell you, how you can overcome is the only way is that take action. Without thinking, whenever you feel fearful, unless you take action, you can't overcome. So the only way to overcome a fear or antidote of fear is you have a faith and take action. Then once you overcome that fear, you will find it for nothing, because 99% time the fear never comes true. It is a false evidence appearing real. And that is the way what he said is that you keep building in your mind that perception that there is a fear. So very right, Manoj, what you have brought out.
Yes, sir.
Now I come to a very important point where you had a winning mindset. Winning mindset, that wherein you even defeated the death, where you have experienced twice in journey when you got shot by the bullet and till the time you reached the hospital. Twice you had a feeling of that you are going, and then people said, hold on. Once your Jawan said that, hold on, sir. And another time your pilot said, hold on, sir. And that is the two times you came out with your winning mindset and you held on that and finally came out as a winner. That journey, people would like to listen. That experience of meeting with the consciousness, or we can say the pure soul.
Yes, sir.
I think we would like to hear you from the first hand.
Sir. When I got shot, I fell down on the ground. I knew that it's over. ऐसा नहीं था कि मैं जीना नहीं चाहता था, ऐसा भी नहीं था कि मैं मरना चाहता था. But I was living in that moment. This is the fact of life. Right moment. This is fact. ये सही है गलत है, I was not getting into the judgment of it. But ये सत्य है, इस क्षण का ये सत्य है कि मैं ये हो गया है और मैं मृत्यु के मार्ग पर चल पड़ा. I was actually speaking, I was not trying to fight or something. But then in life, every moment, in every situation, I would also not like to put it as जीतना है, हारना है. एक चीज होती है, there is something right that you can do. Whether it leads to victory or loss इस बात की बात है.
Yeah.
हर क्षण में एक सत्य है. Every moment में there is an act which is right, that should be done, could be done.
Yes.
So despite that act, you could end up the other side. Despite that act, you could end the other side is immaterial.
Yes.
तो मैंने कहा कि यार मैं पढ़ा हूं, सांस तो अभी अब आ रही है ना, तो one thing I can do is continue to breathe as much as possible. And trust me sir, the breathing at that time was कहने को लग रहा है सांस लेना तो बड़ा आसान है, बट मेरे लिए लाइक होता ना, जब दौड़ते हैं आप बहुत ज्यादा, एक टाइम आता है थक जाते हैं और फिर भी कोई पुश करता है तो वो अगली सांस लेना मुश्किल होता है, बोलता नहीं ले 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 ले. It was 100 times more difficult than that.
Oh.
To pull in every gasp of air was infinite times more difficult than that.
Yeah.
But मैंने कहा और कोई option, that is the thing I should be doing. ज्यादा दिमाग लगाने की बात ही नहीं.
Correct.
So let me keep pulling that air into my lungs as, and बाकी देखेंगे जो होगा होगा. Not that I want to survive, not that I want to die, but यही इस क्षण की मेरी नियति है कि मुझे ये प्रयास करना है.
Very right. Very right.
Right. Despite that, I could have gone. And this, ठीक है, that's okay. It doesn't change the fact that that is what I should have done.
Yeah.
Right. So I did that, and incidentally, it happened that I saw that I felt my jawans are picking me up, and they put me into a गाड़ी, and Casper होती है जो bulletproof गाड़ी है, suspension तो उसमें होता नहीं, it is not meant for comfort. तो इसमें बैठा के ले जा रहे थे, and it was all getting claustrophobic, थोड़े जवान घेर भी रहे थे घबरा के मुझे, तो I just gestured कि यार थोड़ा सा हवा आने दो, and I felt कि they are going to take me by road. तो मैंने कहा इतना तो टाइम है नहीं, इतना नहीं खींच पाऊंगा भाई मैं, और रोड का मुझे पता था कम से कम 1.5-2 घंटे अंदर, वेग गेस लगा रहा था मैं, 2 घंटे तो लगेंगे, 1.5-2 घंटे तो लगेंगे. कैस्पर स्पीड के लिए इज नॉट नोन फॉर स्पीड. तो मैंने कहा कि यार ये इतना तो नहीं झेल पाऊंगा, तो मतलब आई डोंट थिंक आई कैन कीप ऑन ब्रीदिंग टिल दैट लॉन्ग, एंड ठीक है यार छोड़ देता हूँ, मतलब लेट मी लीव. द मोमेंट आई थॉट दैट, तो कैस्पर में क्या होता है, ड्राइवर के पास एक लीवर होता है, वो बटन प्रेस करता है तो पीछे का दरवाजा खुल जाता है automatic.
Okay.
So he must have reached wherever he wanted to, and he pressed that button, और पीछे का दरवाजा खुल गया तो मुझे हेलीकॉप्टर के रोटर की आवाज आई. So
in between जवान said ना साहब hold on.
हाँ वो तो बोल ही रहे थे, वो तो जो उठा के ही जब चल रहे थे वो बोल रहे थे hold on, रुको साहब, वो तो बोल रहे थे. बट ये जब मैंने अपने अंदर से कहा कि यार अब नहीं होगा, तो तभी वो दरवाजा खुला और हेलीकॉप्टर के रोटर की आवाज. और मैंने कहा यार खुद को कहा कि मैं पकड़ ले थोड़ी देर और, लेट मी होल्ड ऑन फॉर अ फ्यू मोर, सम मोर टाइम, आई थिंक देयर इज होप. सो देन आई वाज पुट इनटू द चॉपर, एंड चॉपर में बैठ दिया. उसमें भी पायलट थे, देन मेजर सिन्हा, ही वाज आल्सो, एंड कैप्टन थोंगे.
Okay.
I'll need them. They're still in service, both of them. So बैठ गया. तो अब I had no track of time, कितना टाइम बीत रहा है. तो I was just lying, वो चेतक में छोटा सा ऐसे होता है, पायलट इज जस्ट क्लोज बाई, तो उसमें भी शायद 10-15 मिनट हो गए होंगे. तो मेरे से अब लगा कि यार अब नहीं होगा, I don't think I can pull on again. वो सांस में नहीं खींच पाऊंगा. That effort, which was very, very, very huge effort that I was putting in.
Discussion was within yourself.
Within myself. So once again I thought कि यार, I told myself कि अब जाने दे यार, नहीं होगा. So moment I thought like this, it was as if with some divine intervention, the pilot heard it. Then Major Sinha. So he turned back and shouted at me, hold on. Right? And look, BB can't. तो मेरा ऐसे था सर, I just थोड़ी सी तिरछी आंख करके I looked at, so I saw that helipad of BB Kant. There is an ambulance standing. वहाँ नर्सिंग असिस्टेंट बाहर लेके खड़ा है स्ट्रेचर. मैंने कहा यार रुक जा, थोड़ा और रुक लेते हैं. And they put me into that, and we rushed to the ICU. And ICU में they were all doing all kind of things, tearing my clothes apart, like whatever emergency drills जो भी होते हैं. अब थोड़ा थोड़ा मेरा कॉन्शियसनेस जा रहा था, थोड़ा. एंड उसी में मैंने पूछा एक फाइनल सवाल, मुझे नहीं पता था कौन है, डॉक्टर क्या है, बट आई न्यू कि डॉक्टर नर्स लगे हुए हैं, कुछ कुछ कर रहे हैं मेरे साथ. तो मैंने, माय लास्ट वर्ड्स वेयर एट दैट टाइम, व्हिच कुड हैव बीन माय लास्ट वर्ड्स, इज दैट डॉक्टर विल आई सर्वाइव. एंड अगेन नॉट दैट आई वांटेड टू, जस्ट अ क्वेश्चन कि लेफ्ट है राइट है रास्ता बता दो, आई एम ओके विद बोथ. व्हाटएवर इज द डेस्टिनी यू जस्ट लेट मी नो, आई एम ओके विद बोथ, बट बता दो, क्यूरियोसिटी है. तो ही टोल्ड मी यस, बिकॉज ही वाज डॉक्टर, इज डॉक्टर, ही इज ट्रेन्ड, एंड वो भी फौजी डॉक्टर, तो पॉजिटिव ही रहेगा. सो ही टोल्ड मी या I will survive and all, but though later on he told me some many days after that when everything was fine, at that time I felt I'm speaking a lie. With the kind of injury you had, you shouldn't have been, but they took their chances, and I was in the operation theater, and then कितने देर मुझे नहीं पता, उसके बाद मुझे होश चला गया, whether I अपने आप होश गया या उन्होंने कुछ करा, I don't know.
They must have given you that anesthesia.
हाँ. So then I went operation. Then my next is when I opened my eyes, होश जब मुझे आया तो I was in that life support system का जो बेड था. So I was in that bed again, and it was all, एक तो मैं physical journey की बात कर रहा हूँ, but more than that was the spiritual plane I was in. And I'm so fortunate कि शायद उस लेवल पे पहुंचने के लिए कितनी साधना करनी पड़ती होगी लोगों को, और मुझे वो मिल रहा था, वो अनुभूति, वो अनुभव जो था ना. When what is the spiritual highest high है क्या, जब सारी चीजें मिथ्या लगने लगे, छोटी मोटी मोह माया सब doesn't starts appearing to be meaningless. So I was in that state when I knew कि everything else is meaningless. I was in that entire journey in that state. ये सारी चीजें जिसके लिए हम अभी कर रहे हैं मिथ्या लग रही थी, तुच्छ लग रही थी, कोई मान ही नहीं था उसका. एंड so when I opened my ICU पे मैंने होश जब आया, तो लाइफ सपोर्ट सिस्टम पे, तो I was again due to the influence of the anesthesia or whatever, I could not move anything, not even a finger I could twitch, और face भी कुछ नहीं कर सकता था मैं, बोलने की बात तो छोड़िए. and all kind of gadgets लगे हुए थे, सब इधर उधर connected मेरे से. and again started I don't know, again I've lost, I don't know how much time, but again I started losing breath. तो अब जब सांस जारी थी तो दिस टाइम आई थॉट कि लेट मी टेल यार, चारों तरफ हैं लोग मेरे, बट आई कुड नॉट, मैं फेस का एक्सप्रेशन भी नहीं दे पा रहा था कि मेरे फेस पे थोड़ा सा पीड़ा दिखे तो शायद मेरे को अटेंड करेंगे. बट दे मस्ट हैव गेज्ड इट बाय लुकिंग एट द मॉनिटर्स ऑफ वेरियस थिंग. सो दे वर डूइंग ऑल काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स, आई डोंट नो, दे वर ऑल अराउंड मी डूइंग थिंग्स. बट दिस टाइम व्हाट हैपेंड इज दैट मैंने कहा अब तो नंबर पक्का है. Now I'm losing breath, and then I remembered कि यार पिछले 3-4 अटेम्प्ट में whenever I was about to give up, I didn't remember God. तो ये मेरे को अपॉर्चुनिटी दी है भगवान ने कि बट तू भगवान का नाम तो ले ले.
What a story है.
बार बार तेरे को नॉट आउट दे रहे हैं हम, 3 बोल्ड हो रहा है, मैं फिर नॉट आउट दे रहा हूँ, फिर तेरे को बोल रहा हूँ और बैटिंग कर ले, फिर तो 3 बोल्ड हो रहा है, मैं फिर नॉट आउट दे रहा हूँ. अरे जाने के पहले नाम तो ले, पवेलियन जाने, इसलिए भगवान बार बार छोड़ रहा. तो मैंने फिर जो भी मंत्र भगवान ओम नमः शिवाय वगैरह जो कुछ बोला, मैंने कहा यार लेट मी गो नाउ. तो वो बोला और सांस चली गई. तो आई थॉट कि ठीक है, ये तो जा ही रहा हूं मैं पक्का, मतलब आई न्यू आई एम डाइंग. सो अगेन आई डोंट नो हाउ मच टाइम, but again I felt आंखें मेरी बंद थी, eyes closed, and I felt I'm again मतलब consciousness आ गया. सर मुझे लगा कि अब जो है मैं ऊपर पहुंच चुका हूँ, और अब मैं आंख खोलूंगा, और सामने मतलब यमराज तो मेरे को लेके आ गए यहाँ पर, और चित्रगुप्त तो सामने बैठे होंगे, वो खोलेंगे अभी और पूछना स्टार्ट करेंगे मुझसे कि वो जिंदगी में फिर वो सारी बातें याद आ रही थी जो गलत की हैं. तो मैंने कहा यार ये कैसे आंसर करूंगा ये सारा.
All thought process going on in the mind.
हाँ, कि ये सब पूछेंगे जितने कर्मकांड किए सारे. तो मैंने कहा यार ये उसका जवाब क्या दूंगा, उस वाले का क्या जवाब दूंगा. मैंने कहा यार ये तो आई वॉज काइंड ऑफ एग्जामिनर को फेस करने, इंटरव्यू फेस करने के पहले वाला टेंशन टाइप. बट फिर मेरे दिमाग में एक याद आ गया, कहाँ से पता नहीं, कि यार मैं तो वीर गति को प्राप्त होके आया हूं ना यहाँ।
हाँ,
तो यार वो तो मैंने सुना है कहीं कि वीर गति को प्राप्त हो तो वो तो वीर भोग्य वसुंधरा है, फिर तो क्या दिक्कत है। तो
हाँ,
देन तो बाकी सारे क्वेश्चंस आर इररिलेवेंट नाउ।
या,
मैंने कहा यार मेरे को ना स्पेशल मिल गया एक, तो
स्पेशल
पास
कोटा। हाँ,
स्पेशल कोटा वाला मेरा वैकेंसी है। मैंने कॉन्फिडेंटली बोलना खोल के, यार ये पोथा बंद करो, मेरा पास स्वर्ग का दिया हुआ है, ये स्पेशल कोटा का छोड़ो, जाने दो तुम, इसकी रिक्वायरमेंट ही नहीं है। सो विद दैट कॉन्फिडेंस आई ओपन माई आईज कि अब तो सुना दूंगा मैं। एंड बिलीव यू मी सर, फॉर ए मोमेंट आई वाज डिसअपॉइंटेड कि यार मैं तो गया ही नहीं, मैं तो
हाँ,
हॉस्पिटल के बेड पे ही हूँ।
ओके, ओके, सो यू वर जस्ट ड्रीमिंग, यू वर
हाँ,
जस्ट,
मैंने कहा यार ये तो, वो मैं थोड़ी देर के लिए डिसअपॉइंट हो गया। मैंने कहा यार स्वर्ग में घुसते घुसते कहाँ, स्वर्ग के गेट पे खड़ा था मैं, और मैं यही हूँ।
this is what it called near death experience.
यस सर। बट हाँ एक ये है, हाँ अनदर थिंग आई वुड लाइक टू टेल इन 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 एंटायर थॉट प्रोसेस आई वाज थिंकिंग इज दैट व्हेन आई हैड कंसीडर्ड दैट या आई विल गो चित्रगुप्त, मतलब तो आई आल्सो न्यू कि मेरे को अभी दूसरा जन्म मिलेगा। एंड बिफोर दिस थॉट केम इनटू मी कि वीरगति वाला, मैंने कहा मैं सारे सवाल जवाब जो पूछेगा पूछेगा, आप जो नहीं है जवाब नहीं है, और फिर मैं पूछूंगा यार अब बताओ मेरा रिजल्ट क्या है। रिजल्ट मतलब जैसे होता है ना सर कि जब हमारा टेन्योर खत्म हो जाता है आर्मी में, तो फिर वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग कि आज की डाक में मेरा ट्रांसफर आएगा, मेरी पोस्टिंग आने वाली होगी, पता नहीं कहाँ जाऊंगा। नॉट दैट आई वांट टू गो टू प्लेस ए, गो टू नॉट गो टू प्लेस बी, वो अलग है। जस्ट क्यूरियस कि देखो कहाँ जाते हैं। तो विद दैट क्यूरियोसिटी आई थॉट कि मैं पूछूंगा भाई बता तो दो कहाँ, मतलब भेज रहे हो, अब जो किया मैंने किया है, अब मुझे आप जानवर बना रहे हो, चिड़िया बना रहे हो, या वापस मनुष्य योनि में भेज रहे हो, तो भाई क्या है मेरा मेरा डिस्पोजल बता दो यार। दैट्स द क्वेश्चन आई थॉट कि आफ्टर आई आंसर ऑल दिस क्वेश्चंस आई आस्क देम कि डिस्पोजल बता दो भाई कहाँ भेज रहे हो मुझे। एंड दैट आई न्यू कि आई कांट हैव ए, ये भी मुझे कन्विंस था कि आई कैनॉट इन्फ्लुएंस दैट डिसीजन बिकॉज दैट विल बी बेस्ड ऑन माई कर्म। तो जो मेरे कर्मा है वो मुझे मिलेगा। यहाँ पर मैं हाथ जोड़ पैर नहीं पड़ सकता, या मैं जुगाड़ नहीं लगा सकता, या इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं कर सकता। इन डाउन हियर इनटू दिस वर्ल्ड वी एट टाइम्स आर एबल टू इन्फ्लुएंस यू नो आवर आउटकम ऑफ एनीथिंग, जान पहचान, बिकॉज वी आर बीइंग डेल्ट विद बाय ह्यूमंस। जो हमारे हमारे डिसीजन मेकर जो होते हैं वो इंसान होते हैं, चाहे आर्मी हेडक्वार्टर में कोई बैठा हो या कॉर्पोरेट में जो आपका डिसाइड कर रहा है आप यहाँ जाओगे वहां जाओगे, एग्जाम में कोई पास कर रहा है, कोई फेल कर रहा है, कोई इंटरव्यू, दे आर ऑल ह्यूमंस who do make error and who are ordinary human beings. Most of them they are influenceable, manipulatable also. ऊपर कुछ नहीं है,
ऊपर कुछ नहीं,
ये मैं आपको सबको बता दूं जो सुन रहे हैं, ऊपर कुछ नहीं है भाई। ये हैबिट कभी कभी लगता है कि हम तो हर लेवल पे मैनिपुलेट करके निकलते आए हैं, तो यू नो इट स्टार्ट्स बिकमिंग अ हैबिट, यू नो आई प्रोबब्ली आई विल गेट अवे विद दिस काइंड ऑफ अ हैबिट एवरीवेयर। प्लीज लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, ठीक है आप कर लो, यहां पर आपने बहुत बेवकूफ बना लिया होगा लोगों का, मे बी बिकॉज देयर आर ह्यूमन बींग्स, इन्फ्लुएंसेबल एंड मैनिपुलेटेबल लोग हैं, बट ऊपर कुछ नहीं है। यू विल हैव टू फेस योर कर्मा, नो डाउट्स अबाउट इट, नो डाउट्स अबाउट इट, एंड दैट्स द ओनली वे टू फेस डेथ ब्रेवली, if you understand.
yes.
And of all the moments and of all the dreams that we people have about life, I am giving everybody who is listening another dream, that you please have a dream about your death. We all want to know, we all have a desire, I want to feel like this, I want this kind of an experience, so I must do this, I must have this degree, I must have this rank, I must have this position, I must have this money, I must have this house, I must have this car, all in yearning to have certain kind of an experience. But the most important experience is that experience when you live that moments of death. If you really want to feel good, you got no other option, no money, nothing will work. Please do your karma as well. You will feel damn good, damn good when in those moments of death. And उससे बड़ा फिर कोई क्षण नहीं है. That is the ultimate.
Yes, absolutely. What a brilliant way of explaining that how the karma is most important thing than anything else, because the ultimate moment of death, that is the time you will remember everything, and that is the time you will feel that being examined, being judged, and what you are going to achieve, ultimate destination of your life. Fantastic, Manoj. That is what story which my viewers must be looking for, and you have brought out, or rather cited it very well and very illustratively. Thank you. After this experience of life and death, I believe, Manoj, तुमको कहीं से सरस्वती की कृपा आ गई.
हाँ.
Really, that goddess of knowledge
Yes, sir.
blessed you with the wisdom of doing something more creative, and your entire thought process changed toward that. Then you started writing, you started creating, you started doing commentaries, many things. And to tell you the viewers, then he did commentaries for the Army Day Parade. He also that National War Memorial inauguration, and many other things which he has done during this period. And this all happened after the experience of life and death, that realization that what exact is the life is, and what he calls is that grace of goddess of knowledge. So Manoj, we would like to know this, how this journey started.
As I told you, sir, after that, I started, मन में आने लगा, सरस्वती का वरदान था, तो शब्द बनने लगे, वाक्य बनने लगे, रचना बनने लगी. And it started right in the ICU itself. For everything, every experience I used to, it started, a poetry kind of a thing. At that time, I didn't even know that what I'm thinking is poetry. मुझे ये भी नहीं पता था. But when I gathered strength enough to be able to pick up a pen or a pencil, so I simply wrote those things in my diary. I didn't know that they were good lines, if somebody would have heard it. It was just personal. And it kept lying in my diary for quite some time. Though my wife used to tell me कि आप इसको बाहर निकालो. मैंने कहा नहीं यार, ये मेरे लिए है, मैंने किसी को नहीं बताना है, मेरा अनुभव है, मेरे विचार है, मेरी एक्सपीरियंस है. I don't want to tell. But then धीरे धीरे एक से एक होते गए. आर्मी is a great organization which gives you that kind of an opportunity. तो मेस में बैठे हैं, 4 लोगों के बीच में सुना दिया कुछ छोटा मोटा, तो and they kept on pushing, yaar, this is too good, आगे, next higher level. And then I ended up, my biggest civil में जिसको break बोलते हैं ना, in the creative world, was there was an investor ceremony happening in Southern Command, which was happening in Jhansi. I was posted there.
Okay.
So, and they decided that GOC had a very out of the box idea, and he decided to get that done at the Jhansi fort.
Okay.
So, and local वही audition हुआ, वो कौन करेगा commentary. तो हमारे again my seniors had a lot of trust, क्योंकि मेस में बोल लेते थे, हम दरबार में बोलते थे, जवानों से बोलते थे, and they felt you are too good, and so they kept pushing me. Again the same thing, sir, when people trust you, how can you let them down?
Yes.
So and so I got chosen to be part of that commentary team, and on the fort we were practicing that. So then I again by the grace of सरस्वती की प्रेरणा से एक विचार आया, and मैंने जीओसी को बोला जाके कि सर ये हम लोग इतनी मेहनत से इसको हम फोर्ट पे कर रहे हैं, झांसी के किले पे कर रहे हैं, तो सर इसका फुल एडवांटेज लेना चाहिए. तो उन्होंने बोला और क्या, मतलब कर तो रहे हैं सब कुछ. और मैंने कहा सिर्फ परमिट सर, ये जो कमेंट्री हम कर रहे हैं बैकग्राउंड से, कैन आई चेंज इट rather than the conventional way of doing commentary? He told okay, do. मैंने कहा ठीक है. बोला सुनाना मेरे को 3-4 दिन की तैयारी. मैंने कहा 3 दिन दो सर, तैयारी करके आते हैं. तो 3 दिन के बाद जब वो आया, वहां पर शुरू हुआ तो रिहर्सल्स में, तो everybody sat and then I spoke. मतलब I was on the background, obviously not being heard, not being seen.
Yeah.
तो तो then I started off, शस्य श्यामला भारत भूमि के बीच विंध्याचल की गोद में सिर उठाकर खड़ा हूं मैं, झांसी का किला. And then इतने वर्ष पूर्व मेरा निर्माण हुआ था, and all those things. And then the entire commentary was done by झांसी का किला.
Okay.
The fort was speaking, not me.
Oh, perfect.
So the fort kept on speaking, and everybody believed कि ये झांसी का किला बोल रहा है.
Yeah.
Right. And I told that, आज भी इस किले की प्राचीर से इसके मीनारों पर गूंजती है एक आवाज. Then I had a fellow lady officer giving the lady's voice. मैंने उसको लाइन लिख के दी. मैंने कहा तू झांसी की रानी बोल.
Oh, okay.
So she came out and people felt कि झांसी की रानी की आत्मा यहाँ पर वापस आके बोलना शुरू कर दी है.
Oh,
I know. So we went throughout the entire investor ceremony, and the end of it I told, कि आज से इतने वर्ष पूर्व जब महारानी लक्ष्मीबाई यहाँ सर अपनी सेना लेकर युद्ध करने निकली थी तो एक सपना लेकर निकली थी कि वहां पर युद्ध में विजयी होकर वापस इस किले में आकर अपने शूरवीर योद्धाओं का सम्मान करेगी। उनका वो सपना आज पूरा हो रहा है। And with things and so that was my that went हाँ वो आर्मी कमांडर ने वहीं जेब से जैसे ही खत्म हुआ बोला कौन है भैया पीछे बाहर आओ जेब से निकाला मेरे कमेंडेशन कार्ड वहीं लगा दिया उसने।
क्या बात है, क्या बात है, very rare, very rare, very rare.
So then there was no looking back, sir. Then I got recognized, and senior officers like you, they kept on giving me opportunities. ये कर ले, वो कर ले, फलान कर ले, bigger opportunities. And documentaries बनाई बहुतों की. They started sending me documentaries of units, a documentary on First World War, Indian soldiers' contribution in First World War. Then I was in Jammu. I was posted. Then there is a war memorial there, Balidan Stamp. So वहां पर भी ऐसी the corps commander came was to come and I was told एक simple wreath laying function है भाई कर दे. Again I tried the same thing. I told the CEO who was organizing. मैंने कहा सर उसने मेरा डैश वैश लगा रखा था तो उन्होंने मैंने कहा कि सर ये हटा दो. Can I just hide somewhere and speak? बोला ठीक है try whatever you want. There was no time मतलब ज्यादा. So again I sat behind somewhere hidden and वो स्पीकर लगा दिया मैंने उसके गर्भ में वॉर मेमोरियल के. और जब जीओसी आया तो मैंने वहां पर वही कहा कि मैं बलिदान स्तंभ हूं, मौन खड़ा रहता हूं मैं, हर कण में मेरे कहानी है, हर जर्रे में दास्तान. Then the entire poetry spoke as if the बलिदान स्तंभ is speaking. You know?
ये कहाँ की बात है? जम्मू की. Oh, Jammu. And I think there only you did that light and sound.
Exactly. तो वही मैं आ रहा हूं. So when the entire thing was over, the corps commander told me the way the Balidan Stamp is spoken, his pain, his agony, his aspirations, can the Balidan Stamp narrate the entire history of battles of J&K? Can you do that? Again, General Bakshi, sir, 9 Corps के corps commander थे, so he trusted me with that. Too big a thing. तो मैंने कहा do a light and sound show. He told can you make a light and sound show wherein this will speak. So that's how the light and sound. So then I had to work very hard. And
fantastic. And this entire script used to be yours.
Script, voice, choreography of the lights, the music. I used to sit in the studio and tell them कि मुझे ये म्यूजिक चाहिए, वो म्यूजिक चाहिए, बैटल साउंड्स हैं, कहाँ पर LMG का, कहाँ टैंक का, कितने राउंड चाहिए, ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए. I used to sit and do that. And फिर सीन पे आके यहाँ पर ये लाइट लगाओ, वहां वो लाइट लगाओ, यहाँ लड़ाई में इधर आग लगाओ, उधर मतलब लाइट से वो कराओ, शेक कराओ, ऑल दोस थिंग्स आई डिड. उस स्पीकर से पाकिस्तानी की आवाज आनी चाहिए, उस स्पीकर से इंडियन टैंक की आवाज आनी चाहिए, वो ऑल दोस थिंग्स गुड. बट आर्मी gave me that kind of freedom, sir. वरना कहाँ बाहर तो.
But you see, army recognizes if you have that creativity, certainly they will flourish you, they will recognize and they will reward you for that. And that's what
I say. आर्मी सब से जो भी आर्मी छोड़ता है वो पेंशन लेके छोड़ता है.
Yes.
आर्मी gives everybody a pension. Army is giving me pension के साथ साथ a passion also.
Yes.
I can't be more. So whatever I am doing outside is because the army recognized those things innately. So a lot of people who told at that time only they started telling, यार you must leave, you are this. थोड़ा मुझे खुद में विश्वास होने में समय लगा. यार नहीं आप तो चने के झाड़ पे चढ़ा रहे, मैं आज छोड़ दूंगा, बाहर तो कुछ होगा नहीं. तो बोलो नहीं यार यू आर टू गुड, डू. मैंने कहा कि ठीक है, करते इतना लोगों ने बोला कि वन डे आई थॉट चलो लेट मी ट्राई, यार बोल रहे तो करता हूँ. एंड इंसिडेंटली देन अगेन आई टोल्ड डेस्टिनी अगेन पोस्टेड मी टू मुंबई.
हाउ मेनी इयर्स ऑफ सर्विस यू?
24 सर.
24 गुड टाइम, इट्स अ गुड टाइम.
तो आई वाज किस्मत ने मुझे मुंबई पोस्टिंग दे दी, तो मैंने कहा यहाँ से नहीं छोड़ा तो फिर अब नहीं छोड़ पाऊंगा.
So then this question come on that only, because now this creativity was ठूस के भरी हुई थी जो निकल के आ गई out of the circumstances, out of Manoj. So then first break which you got was that basically that you made an advertisement for the Gillette.
Sir.
Where the main theme was that men do cry. Men
Yes, sir,
must
men can
cry.
cry.
Men
Men
can
can
also
cry.
cry.
Men
Okay.
can also cry. Yeah.
And the best part on this advertisement is that being vulnerable is being courageous.
Yes.
Vulnerability is not a sign of fearful or sign of timid. It's a being courageous, and it's absolutely true. The
Yes, sir.
more transparent, more vulnerable you are, and the more courageous you are. Everybody's cup of tea, it is not. So, how this happened?
Ah,
Viewers would like to happen. They would like to know this because this is one of the best advertisement. I think that you must be knowing that more. That
yes,
how
sir.
it happened.
Yes, sir. To be very honest, sir, once I decided to leave army, started writing a script.
Okay.
And that two scripts in rather, which are very close to my heart. I also knew that outside creativity, I'm not just going to go do anything for creativity. I'm going to do anything which is for a national cause. I'm going to use my creativity for a national cause. There are things that which need to be told. I will try and tell them through my stories, my poetries, my talks, whatever it is. तो वही करना है. लड़ाई देश की है. सेना में तो थे तो भी, बाहर है तो भी. तो इसके लिए स्क्रिप्ट लिखी थी मैंने. एंड I was undergoing an acting course, sir. I didn't know क्या करूं. मतलब आर्मी ने मेरे को 1 साल लिया था छोड़ने में. After I applied for my PMR, it took 1 year. तो it was kind of थोड़ा सा लंबा था. बट ठीक है, मैंने कहा कुछ तो करूं. नो प्लानिंग सर, हैफेजर्डली बोला कि चलो बॉम्बे में पोस्टेड है, सैटरडे संडे छुट्टी होती, क्या करें. मैंने कहा चलो एक्टिंग कोर्स कर. सो आई वेंट टू मिस्टर अनुपम खेर एंड जॉइंड हिज क्लास.
Oh, very nice.
हाँ, so I joined his class, and so over there was a guy from advertising in that same class.
Okay.
He gave me this idea. He said you can move brands. मैंने कहा मैं कैसे ब्रांड मूव करूंगा यार, ना मैं कोई स्टार हूँ ना कुछ हूँ. तो बोला नहीं सर, तो ना मैं क्रिकेटर हूँ ना कुछ हूँ, ना मेरे सिक्स पैक है, ना कोई बॉडी है, नीदर आई एम यंग हैंडसम लुकिंग मैन. वो कहता नहीं सर, यू गॉट समथिंग एल्स व्हिच कैन मूव ब्रांड्स, एंड अगेन समवन ट्रस्ट यू. तो उसके कहने पर वो मैंने फिर ही गेव मी द एडवर्टाइजिंग एजेंसी. दिस इज द एजेंसी फॉर Grey Worldwide is the advertising agency for Gillette.
Oh.
So I just made a blind call to Grey Worldwide. Yes, I am so and so. This is what I am, and I got a scar on my face. And I've been told by someone that probably this can move a razor. So he told fine, and then it all forgot. फिर बात आई गई होगी, वो सर्विस में ही था, ये हो गया. तो मैंने क्या हो गया, कुछ नहीं होगा. बट वो बाद में मुझे पता चला that this idea was liked by someone in the agency. And then there was one guy who was like wowed by this idea. यार ये तो तगड़ा idea है. So Gillette is an international brand. So they had to convince right up to the top till US.
Okay.
यार, can we try this? Because nothing like this have we never tried.
Yeah.
Either you are a celebrity already.
Yeah.
Or if you're just an actor, then you come just an actor, anonymous actor, doing some role of father or whatever it is. But here I was to come as myself.
Yeah.
Right. So and there was no celebrity. So they had to take that call, and they convinced, and whatever it is. And by the time I left army, I had forgotten about it because I mean, yeah, ठीक है यार, वो phone किया था, पता नहीं हुआ होगा.
That time you were still in the army.
हाँ, I was still in the army.
Okay.
I told them that I have applied for release, and we can do this once I am out. Till such time I'm on foundation, but that is what it is. Someone has advised me, so I'm calling you. Because जिसने मेरे को उड़ाइस के बोला सर आप बात तो करो. बात करने में क्या जाता है, फोन करो. मैंने कहा ठीक है. So then moment I left army and मैं अपना लगेज वगैरह लेके इसी घर में अलग बक्सक से खोल रहा था, I got a call from that same advertising agency कि आप आ जाओ.
Oh.
Then I went. Then the Gillette guys, the Gillette representative was also there. So he took me. बोला सर ऐसे ऐसा है, we going to do this. We are trying to do this. मैंने कहा ठीक है. So another interesting story, sir. Then he took me to Gillette's office. And he told me, sir, you'll have to give a talk because I have put all my weight behind this, but you'll have to convince everybody else. So that was my first experience of speaking to a corporate crowd. And आर्मी से आया था तो मुझे ये भी समझ में आता था सीनियर कौन है जूनियर कौन है. सबने कोटी पहना हुआ है. आर्मी में when you stand up, you look at the ranks and you know who is important. So when he tried to tell me, so corporate में ऐसे बोलते हैं वैसे बोलते हैं, and you must speak like this. तो मैंने कहा कि ठीक है यार. I was kind of getting confused. मैंने कहा okay ठीक है, let me see. मैंने टाइम कितना, 15 minutes. I went in, spoke what I spoke, and after 15 minutes I said thank you very much, and कुछ हुआ ही नहीं. nobody, no applause, no nothing. मैंने कहा यार flop हो गया ये तो. And I came out. And I came out and I packed my things and all. मैंने कहा कि वो सामान बैग मतलब जो भी था. Once that guy comes in, Omkar was his name. So he मैंने कहा जब ओंकार बाहर आएंगे तो I'll tell him thank you very much यार, you tried your best. Sorry it didn't work. So he came out after about few minutes and I told him the same thing. So he saw that मैं बैग लेके ready हूँ to go and I told thanks यार and all. बोला sir why do you think like this? मैंने कहा यार nobody reacted. तो कहते हैं all overwhelmed. They are all overwhelmed.
Oh.
They didn't know what has hit them.
Oh.
समझ में नहीं आया उनको हुआ क्या, ये क्या करके आप आगे बाहर.
Okay.
तो मैंने कहा अच्छा ऐसा कुछ हुआ है क्या. बोला that is what it is too profound for them.
Oh.
So that's the exact word he used. Profound is the word he used. But it is too profound for them. And now what? But now you're going to speak the same thing all across the country.
Oh.
So then I was made to fly to all across the country and address the entire Procter and Gamble people of India. And so that is what it is. And then the rest is
the same script which is in the advertisement or
no.
Okay.
They just told me speak about yourself and what you are. Like उतना बोलो. मैं बोल के आ गया तो then they were. इसके बाद से then they started off. अच्छा, then what happened is that they were surprised because they put their bet on me for only one thing, that there is a soldier who got a scar.
Yeah.
A bullet scar. इससे ज़्यादा पता नहीं था उनको. But this was the first revelation when I spoke. So they tell कि yeah, this guy speaks also. As per them, right? Okay. And then when they start getting involved into the making of the ad, then they discovered कि yeah, this guy can write scripts also.
Act also.
Then जो camera face किया, initially they told कि sir आप camera में बस खड़े हो जाना, बाकी हम कर लेंगे. But when we started doing that rehearsals, बोला sir ये तो बहुत ही जबरदस्त है, as per them. Then the scope continued to get wide and bigger, and it ended up where we ended up, and the ad reached the Cannes Film Festival, sir. The ad was nominated in the Cannes Film Festival, International Cannes Film Festival.
Yeah, where it is normally Cannes. Okay.
Cannes. तो जहां वहां पहुंच गया.
Your father was involved in this?
Yes. Again, I'll tell you, sir, the initial story was not mine. They told me, sir, we want to show a relationship of yours around the injury.
Oh, okay.
So honestly speaking, I was pushing for relationship of me and my CEO.
Okay.
तो उसी पे चलता रहा. इनफैक्ट आई टोल्ड माय सीईओ कर्नल शाह कि सर आपको आना पड़ेगा शूट के लिए.
ओके.
बोला अच्छा. बोला ठीक है आ जाएंगे. तो they told sir और बताओ. Then I told the relationship of me and my buddy all around the injury. तो फिर उस पे चल रहा था. Then they kept on discussing कि सर और बताओ और क्या हुआ. Then I told the discussion relationship of me and my doctor, Major Roy Chaudhary then.
Okay.
So who was my maxillofacial surgeon who had operated, and we had a very interesting story. कभी बताएंगे. So it was not just a doctor वाला thing, very personal. Same was my CEO, very personal. So and very emotional story. So they told और बताओ sir और क्या हुआ. Then I told. Then my dad came and he told me this. But sir, why did your father say this? Then you'll have to listen to the relationship that I have with my father right from my childhood. Then I took them to my childhood. This is what it is, and that's what it is, and that's why my father said what he said. So sir, ये बनाएंगे.
Yeah, fantastic. And he must be really very privileged father to act with you.
Yes, sir.
Seeing your initial journey and then finally where you are.
Yes.
That must be the very proud moment for you and your father, your family, entire family, in fact.
Yes, very proud.
So guys, this is what is called that the possibilities are immense in life, and success comes when you take action. Now first action he took, that Saturday, Sunday he utilized for his training. And from there he made a call to the advertising agency, and the advertising agency finally called him once he got premature retirement, and rest is the history. He is a celebrity advertising actor now, and you must imagine that जो कभी इन्होंने सोचा नहीं था वो हो गया. So this can happen with anyone, provided you have a self-belief, provided you take action, provided you have a positive thoughts. And thank you so much, Manoj, sharing this story with the people. I did
also, apart from acting, I also did a voice coaching course.
Okay, okay, okay.
मैंने कहा जो करना है कर लेता हूँ, अब जितना है मैं जो ये कोर्स वो कोर्स, तो आई डिड माय वॉइस कोचिंग कोर्स आल्सो.
This is what the upgrading yourself and
हाँ,
basically the what you call is evolving yourself means एक्शन तो खुद को ही लेना पड़ेगा आपको.
खुद को
जब
लेना
तक अपने खुद लेना नहीं पड़ोगे तो आप आगे बढ़ नहीं सकते.
बिल्कुल
And that's
बिल्कुल.
a wonderful thing. Which another ad which you did of ICICI,
Yes sir.
that was again means you brought that army thing, enemy and the neighborhood things, Satru things, which is another beautiful advertisement. I also saw that. And how this happened. How
In
that
fact, this sir ad was far more challenging than even Gillette.
Absolutely,
I'll
absolutely.
tell you why. Because Gillette में एक story थी sir. There was an emotion involved.
Yeah.
So we knew that people like a story. And
Yeah.
एक बार वो शुरू कर देंगे तो last तक देखेंगे if the story is good enough and it has been played well. यहाँ पर when ICICI approached me, they said that sir, we want to tell people some safe banking tips.
Yeah.
Blank है sir, इसमें कोई emotion नहीं. Now how do you carry it to the people? Because people जैसे ही शुरू होंगे कि यार ये अब ये बोलने वाला है, OTP मत शेयर करो, ये बोला छोड़ो, skip करो यार इसको, इसमें कोई कहानी तो है नहीं जिसके लिए हम वेट करें. So sir, this is very difficult to make viewers watch this.
Yeah.
It has always been a challenge. And आप बताओ कैसे करेंगे?
But I think this also went very well. Otherwise, the advertisement went very well.
Exactly. So that's what I thought. I told ठीक है. So I know that the points शुरू में अगर audience को ये लग गया कि मैं banking tips बताने वाला हूँ, probably they'll skip. So मैंने कहा we will firstly hook the audience to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And अगर मेरे में दम है, that was a test to myself.
Yeah.
If I can get them attached to me, then wherever I go, they will go. Wherever I take them, they will go. Whatever I tell them, they will listen.
Yeah,
So that was the thing that I had in my mind.
Yeah.
And वो successful हुआ नहीं हुआ, I don't know. But then the ICICI guys told me later on, sir, amazingly, we are surprised nobody is skipping it.
Nobody is skipping
it.
Yeah.
Even though they know कि अब ये lecture ही देगा. First few seconds के बाद the moment I say शत्रु जो है ये scammer है, और तो they knew कि अब ये प्रवचन है, इसके आगे कोई exciting चीज नहीं है. But they say, sir, as per they have their own monitoring system.
Yeah.
Everybody is watching the entire thing, which is kind of amazing. And the exact word again,
so
good words people have used.
In that case, they approached you or you approached them?
They approached me.
They approached you.
In this case, they approached me.
Yeah. So that is your journey of media and films. And finally, Manoj, as usual, you are an action taker. You have a country first in your life. As such, we are taught that by the chatbot code. During this pandemic, you did another wonderful job. You become a COVID warrior.
Sir.
To the extent of that you dealt with at least thousands of people whom you got vaccinated, around 1,500 deaths you handled, and the many other cases. How this happened? Again,
as I told you, sir, that my experience of death, every time, रोज तो नहीं मृत्यु याद करता है, but crucial moments में it helps, वो देखने के लिए, कि where am I leading to? So I was sitting, like lockdown happened 2020, I was watching it on screen like everybody else, and then a thought came into my mind, am I going to be watching it just like this, or can I do something about it? Now, once that thought came into my mind, I knew that if I don't do something, then I'm going to be regretting it in my final moment of death, which will come again. तब पछतावा होगा कि यार उस दिन तेरे को भगवान बोलेगा बुद्धि तो डाल दी थी तेरे मन में, फिर भी तो बैठा रहा. तो that is like, how will I answer this question? तो मैंने कहा अब के तो वो पास भी नहीं मिलेगा, अब के तो कर्म ही गिनाने पड़ेंगे. अब तो वो तो I have missed that opportunity of going through that special pass. तो अब तो कर्म गिनाने ही पड़ेंगे एक. तो फिर मैंने कहा यार might as well go through this now. That वो कहाँ से आता है? Again from that experience. Yeah. So might as well then I shot a mail to the Maharashtra government. Look, I am a retired Fauji, and I am here to become part of this battle, COVID battle. So that's how it is. I ended up in that hospital. They told me to come to that hospital, and it was an hospital which was being opened after being closed for a few months due to various legal issues. So Corona mein they wanted to take over. बेड्स बढ़ाने हैं. So that's how it landed. Initial few days I didn't know what I will do. मैं ना डॉक्टर, ना मुझे मेडिकल का कुछ आता ना कुछ आता. मुझे शुरू में पूछा क्या कर लोगे, मैंने कहा या तो गाड़ी चलवा लो, एम्बुलेंस, और या झाड़ू लगवा लो, और तो क्या बताऊं मैं. यही तो काम कर सकता हूँ, और तो मुझे कुछ आता नहीं है, zero knowledge. But the hospital में they felt that they were getting overwhelmed by the kind of patients and in load, and hospital, as I told you ना, खुल रहा था तो कुछ 10-15 लोगों की टीम इस सरकारी अस्पताल से थोड़ा सा बन रहा था, फॉर्म हो रहा था, पेशेंट आ रहे थे, and they were increasing 20 में. It was so scary when it was happening. So थोड़ा सा क्राइसिस हुआ. पेशेंट केयर अटेंडेंट होते हैं, so who were there in every ward and all, it was not happening. Those guys were not reaching. So whatever it is, so I was told, can you handle this? There was तो पहले बोला can you handle PCA. मैंने कहा PCA का full form बताओ पहले. तो that was my knowledge. पेशेंट केयर अटेंडेंट. तो और 4-5 दिन जो मैं रहा था वहां पर, तो उसमें कुछ लोगों से थोड़ी बहुत जान पहचान हो गई थी. तो they were kind of इशारा कर रहे थे, मत कर फंस जाएगा. तो मैंने कहा मेरी कौन सी सरकारी नौकरी है जो चली जाएगी, फेल हो जाएंगे, कौन सा यहाँ पर CR मिलना है, या डिमोशन हो जाएगा, या इंक्रीमेंट खत्म हो जाएगा, वॉलंटियर तो करने आया हूँ. तो मैंने कहा ठीक है, लेट्स डू इट. The only thing, again, by the grace of God, an intuition came into my mind. They told me कि you can pick up a core team. मैंने कहा कि core team तो मैं अपनी लाऊंगा. उन्होंने बोला कौन सी core team लाओगे आप? मैंने कहा मैं फौजी लाऊंगा. उन्होंने बोला अच्छा ठीक है. They were very glad. आप तो बाहर से लिया, उस वक्त तो कोई बाहर निकलने को तैयार नहीं था. बोला if you can get, we are very happy. तो I circulated messages. I didn't know any फौजी, बट ऐसी मुंबई के सर्कल में मैंने सर्कुलेट किया, व्हाट्सएप यहाँ वहाँ, धीरे एक हवलदार, एक सूबेदार, they started trickling in, and that is my core team even today. And what an amazing experience it has been. And
I know. In fact, viewers, let me just give you the figures. What Manoj has done during this pandemic, it is incredible. He has handled around 24,000 COVID patients, because he was a patient care attendant. He was the head of that patient care. So 24,000 patients he has handled. 50,000 individuals he got vaccinated, and around 1,500 deaths he has handled, taking care of everything. So it's a marvelous, and as a warrior from every side, finally the warrior as a COVID warrior is a really the immense work and the commendable work, Manoj, you have done.
Finally, फौज की ट्रेनिंग सर बहुत काम आती है सर.
Say hi. Yes.
फौज की ट्रेनिंग ना बहुत काम आती है. So when we started making that simple detailment sheet, इस वार्ड में इतने PCA इस कंपनी के इतने बजे पहुंचेंगे, वो सर्कुलेट करना शुरू किया, और मैंने बंदों को बता दिया. मैंने कहा डंडा लेके पड़ जाओ CHM की तरह इनके पीछे, है ना. दैट सिंपल, एज सिंपल एज दैट. यार ये क्या मैजिक है. मैंने कहा मैजिक नहीं है, फौज में हवलदार करता है.
काम देना पड़ता है बस.
हाँ बस. मैंने कहा आप डंडा ले जाओ, तुमने ड्यूटी बांट दी, अब CHM की तरह लग जाए इनके पीछे कि भैया नहीं पहुंचा तो
लाना क्या था, PC लाने थे.
PCA पहुंचते नहीं थे ना, इनडिसिप्लिन थोड़ा. पेशेंट केयर अटेंडेंट्स एजेंसीज थी जिन्होंने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट लिया था. they were not sincere, they were not working, they were trying to cut a smart act.
that civil kind of attitude.
हाँ, तो फिर वो हमने लगा दिया. मैंने कहा ये है. पहले नीचे गिनती होती थी, मतलब फॉल इन टेक करके वो. मैंने कहा सब बंद है. मैंने कहा सबको बताया, मैंने कहा सुनो ये बात ना, दिस इज अ फुटबॉल गेम. तुम्हारा गोल गिनती होगा वार्ड का दरवाजे पे, यहाँ अंदर घुसेगा बंदा, गिनती होगा, नीचे कहीं गिनती नहीं होगा. यू मे कीप डांसिंग इन द एंटायर प्लेग्राउंड, फॉर ऑल आई केयर, इट इज ऑफ नो यूज. गोल गिनती होगा वार्ड के अंदर. सो इसके पहले देयर इज नो वन काउंटिंग. डोंट टेल मी कि मेरे बंदे तो नीचे घूम रहे थे, उससे कोई मतलब नहीं. सो एंड आई लेफ्ट माय मेन लाइक वाइल्ड डॉग्स. मैंने कहा जस्ट गो अहेड, भाषण रिगार्डलेस. जो फौज में जैसे यूज करते हैं ना, जो भाषा, वही यूज करो यहाँ पर. और अनदर थिंग, डेथ वाली बात करता हूँ सर मैं. उसके बावजूद क्या हो रहा था, बिकॉज इट वाज प्रीटी चैलेंजिंग सर, बिकॉज ये जो लोगों को लेके आ रहे थे, टू बी वेरी फेयर टू इवन दोज पीपल, दे फाइंडिंग इट वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू गेट पीपल टू कम एंड डू दिस जॉब. सो जो ये आप जो टीवी में देख रहे थे ना, माइग्रेंट्स जा रहे हैं, ये उनमें से लेके लोग आ रहे थे. नो ट्रेनिंग एब्सोल्युटली. देयर वर पीपल हु हैड लॉस्ट देयर जॉब्स, लाइक ऑटो रिक्शा ड्राइवर, ये वो. देयर वर हाउसवाइफ्स from the slums जो घर से कभी निकली नहीं है. They were coming out to do this job to earn for two square meals a day for a family. And those ladies who had never worn anything except a sari, उनको मैं PP किट पहनना सिखा रहा था. And उनको सेफ्टी ये वो पहले तो खुद नहीं आता था. तो खुद सीखो, उनको सिखाओ, एंड वो सारा करके, बिकॉज आई वाज वरीड कि यार ये खुद ना बीमार पड़ जाए सारे के सारे. And let me tell you, sir, the courage required to, at that time, the way COVID was scary, the courage required to walk into a ward full of corona patients is same. That is required to walk into a battlefield.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Same, sir. Hats off to those staff of mine who did this. The housekeeping staff, sir. Yes. Housekeeping also came under me. Sir, उनके कपड़े उठाने, उनको साफ करना है, अगर उन्होंने कुछ गंदा कर दिया उसको उठाना है. कोरोना पेशेंट की बात कर रहा हूँ सर. अपने रिश्तेदार मैंने देखे, अपने रिश्तेदार नजदीक आने को तैयार नहीं थे,
टच नहीं करते थे. यस, आई नो, आई सीन दैट, वी हैव सीन ऑन टीवी.
और यहाँ पर ये लोग उनको जाके उनका गंदा उठा रहे थे, साफ कर रहे थे, कपड़े बदल रहे थे. देयर वर पीपल हु वर वेरी सिक, कुड नॉट चेंज, उनके कपड़े बदल रहे थे, सब कुछ कर रहे थे सर. हैट्स ऑफ टू दोस गाइज, you know, and it was a great learning lesson, a human lesson for me. Yeah. And then what happened is that फौज की ट्रेनिंग काम आई, with again there were dead bodies, and वो dead bodies और ज्यादा स्केरी थी. So वो थोड़ा सा हिचकिचाहट थी. Then I again फौज में बोलते हैं ना, मुश्किल काम तो एक अलग क्यूआरटी. तो मैंने फिर इन्हीं पेशेंट केयर अटेंडेंट में मैंने जिगरे वाले बंदे ढूंढे. मैंने कहा कोई एक टीम बनाई, उनकी एक अलग बॉडी पैकिंग टीम कराई. उनको मैंने कहा तुम यहाँ बैठो, जैसे फौज में बोलता है ना क्यूआरटी बैठी रहेगी, कुछ काम होगा तो एक्शन. मैंने कहा तुम बैठे रहो, यहाँ तनख्वाह मिलेगी तुम्हें. But the moment a casualty happens, death happens, I want them packed duly as per the procedure and into the mortuary in 40 minutes. I don't want them loitering around. I can tell you, बाकी का मैं नहीं कह सकता सर. पूरी दुनिया में किसी अस्पताल में ये वाली पार्ट इतना बेटर नहीं होता था जो मेरे अस्पताल में होता.
And that is just because you have put the SOP of army functioning.
हाँ, आर्मी का यहाँ लगा दिया, simple.
You have just template, you have put it there, and that worked.
That is what it is.
Finally, briefly, one thing, one thought which I would like to know, Manoj, from you, and my viewer would also like, that you have mentioned that death is absolute truth, that we discussed right in the beginning. And once the death is absolute truth, then truth is always love. It is always love. So if that is the case, then we should love the death.
Yes.
And if we start loving the death, rather respecting the death, and if we know that death is inevitable, then whole belief system of the human being can change.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that entire conflict, hatred, greed can disappear from this universe.
It will disappear, yes.
Okay. You would like to share your views to my viewers.
Yes.
How exactly this happens?
As I told you, I went through that experience, saw death up close very personally. And it, it kind of became a companion of me. I know that it's always there around. And so I'm not telling that maybe I've gone through that experience, somebody has not gone through that experience, so maybe uske liye shayad mushkil ho. So maybe you may not be able to love it. I grant that, I understand that, but at least accept it. Just accept it कि आपको पता है आज शाम होने वाली है. Whether you love the evening or not, I love evening. I'm not telling you to do that. It's not that somebody would, आज सुबह होने वाली है. So it's not that I've fallen in love with sunrise. I've fallen in love with sunset. I've fallen in love with night. I've fallen in love with whatever, like rains. आपको पता है monsoon में rain होने वाली है. You cannot avoid this. So just accept this कि ये होने वाला है. Problem is कि a lot of the people in the heart of heart feel कि मेरा नहीं होगा. I will never have to face this.
Yeah.
वो illusion हटा दो बस.
Yes.
Accept कर लो. ये होगा.
Yeah.
ये होगा, ये होना चाहिए. एक और मैं बात बता रहा हूँ. भगवान ना करे कोई ऐसा वरदान ले ले कि मैं कोई ऐसा तपस्या करके और भगवान से कि बोला वत्स मांगो, बोला यार भगवान धरती पे सबकी मृत्यु खत्म कर दो. अरे ये तो बड़ा खराब हो जाएगा. It will be miserable world.
Yes.
भगवान ना करे वो बूंद कोई लेके आ जाए.
You can't think of that.
You can't think of that. It will become such a mess. Yeah. So it's very important. People should go.
Yes, very important.
Very important. Do your part and go. We entered school. We all still remember our school days. Does that mean that बोला ठीक है you never pass out from your school? उससे पूछो जो बंदा स्कूल से फेल हो जाता है.
Yeah.
You enjoy your school days, but there's a time to go.
Yes.
You enjoy your college days, but there's a time to go.
Yes.
You will feel sad. Yes. The day you are parting. Yes. We are in a family. your child, you bring up your daughter, but yeah, she will get married. The day she goes, yeah, there will be tears. There will be a bit of unhappiness, but he has to go.
She has to go.
So we need to go. Right? आपके बेटा बेटी की बात नहीं है, बेटे की शादी हो किसी की भी हो, बेटा का जॉब लगा, he has to go.
Yes.
उसी दिन के लिए तो लड़ रहा था, उसी दिन सारा संघर्ष कर रहा है, अब कॉल लेटर आ गया, जा रहे हैं तो उदास है. Does that mean we do not want him to go? We want him to go. So we need to all go. And there was a time in this country, हमारे देश में, संस्कृति में इसको स्वीकार किया जाता था. लोग उसी तरीके से मृत्यु की तैयारी शुरू कर देते थे जैसे शादी विवाह की करते हैं.
Yes. विमान बनता था. विमान, we call it विमान बनता था.
Yes. Yeah. And that was a celebration. It has to time to go. So you want,
and it's a kind of celebration only. It's a kind of celebration only.
Celebration only. I say, देखिए, सर, हर बंदा अभी हमारे एज में, आपके एज में, like God bless everybody with good health, but a lot of people say ये बीमारी है, वो बीमारी है. You know, when we were young, there was nothing. Everything was fantastic. अगर मेरे से कोई बूंद मांगे, I'm being slightly selfish. अगर भगवान बूंद मांगे मुझसे, और यह बोलते हैं बचपन में कितना, बचपन में जवानी में इतना आनंद था, मस्त थे. We all keep telling, keep narrating those stories of good state of mind and health and physical health, everything. तो मेरे से अगर भगवान बूंद मांगे, मैं तो कहूंगा यार पैदा करो और 12-15 साल खेलने कूदने दो और निकाल लो, फिर से दोबारा जीरो से शुरू करो यार. What a nice way to live. बाद में कितनी टेंशन है जिंदगी में. I would love to keep living this world in 15 years, 16 years of age and back to square one, again back into the lap of your mother. And फिर से लाड़ प्यार, and फिर 15-16 साल में चल लो यार. What better इसलिए.
So on this note, Manoj, thank you very much, giving so much of wisdom to my viewers. And the viewers, you must understand that what Manoj ultimately says is that accept the truth. The thing which has to happen, whether it is death, or whether your son has to leave your house for his job, or anything which is the truth, which we all have gone through it. There is no point regretting that. There is no point having the fear about that. So the moment you accept the truth in your life, you will be very happy. You will be enlightened. You will be free from all the kind of burdens in the life. With this, Manoj, I must thank you on behalf of my viewers and myself. Very nice talk.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity, honor. It was really a pleasure speaking to you, sir.